live chat. Kevin, your bid on that Paul Newman will be sand at the beach, a fart in the wind. You will bid only to have a piece of paper that said you bid. You will be crushed by people who don't even buy watches for a living. My number on that, what that watch is going for is, I think it's close to 20. I think it's going for close to $20 million. But I want to actually tender a bid, even though I would know my bid would be laughable, but I would do it just to get some sort of paper receipt, and I would frame it, and I would say, look, I bid on the world's most expensive watch. It will be the world's most expensive watch forever, and whoever buys it is stuck with it because you just simply can't raise it as much attention as you can the next time around. So it's going to be bought by somebody for whom money is no object. By the way, I'm talking about Paul Newman's Paul Newman dial Rolex Daytona. It goes on sale tomorrow, goes on auction tomorrow, and it is going to come down to two people who are not going to let it go until the number gets stupid. We're going to get into a personality thing here that we don't know. I don't know anyone in my life who's going to go as hard for this watch as I think 2 or 3 people are going to go for it. I'm not even coming close. I'm not even starting with it. I knew that watch was around for a long time. Like 10 years ago, I knew that watch was around. That watch is a bragging right. It's not even a timepiece. It's a bragging right, and I get it. But the echelon of person who's going to get that watch, I don't know anybody close to who's going to get that. I think some well-known bidders in the watch world are going to get just sidelined by people who just don't even do this kind of thing, but who want to point to it and say they have Paul Newman. It's a great spectator sport for watch lovers. That's for damn sure. I was just watching Logic on Insta Live. Is he on right now? Because I'll pull that man in. You better hope you're not watching. And he also is living in a hotel room for the night. I'm living in a hotel room for the night. Promptly deleted it because it's a hard thing to explain to somebody. You're not complaining, but that there are days where making it happen. Is your name Macon, and that's a play on your name? Because that's great. What is going on? I'm in Rio de Janeiro. Oh, Nightclub Johnny from 2 Instagram lives ago. I don't play till, what day is it now? I don't know what day is it. Is it Thursday? I don't play till Saturday. I could have those days all wrong. I don't play till the day after tomorrow. Let's play something else. Let's play. Oh, you know what I want to hear? Like, file under songs that are cool that you don't always know to go to. But oh, you know what I want to hear? Like, file under songs that are cool. Live chat. Kevin, your bid on that Paul Newman will be sand at the beach, a fart in the wind. You will bid only to have a piece of paper that said you bid. You will be crushed by people who don't even buy watches for a living. My number on that, what that watch is going for is, I think it's close to 20. I think it's going for close to $20 million. But I want to actually tender a bid, even though I would know my bid would be laughable, but I would do it just to get some sort of paper receipt, and I would frame it, and I would say, look, I bid on the world's most expensive watch. It will be the world's most expensive watch forever, and whoever buys it is stuck with it because you just simply can't raise it as much attention as you can the next time around. So it's going to be bought by somebody for whom money is no object. By the way, I'm talking about Paul Newman's Paul Newman dial Rolex Daytona. It goes on sale tomorrow, goes on auction tomorrow, and it is going to come down to two people who are not going to let it go until the number gets stupid. We're going to get into a personality thing here that we don't know. I don't know anyone in my life who's going to go as hard for this watch as I think 2 or 3 people are going to go for it. I'm not even coming close. I'm not even starting with it. I knew that watch was around for a long time. Like 10 years ago, I knew that watch was around. That watch is a bragging right. It's not even a timepiece. It's a bragging right, and I get it. But the echelon of person who's going to get that watch, I don't know anybody close to who's going to get that. I think some well-known bidders in the watch world are going to get just sidelined by people who just don't even do this kind of thing, but who want to point to it and say they have Paul Newman. It's a great spectator sport for watch lovers. That's for damn sure. I was just watching Logic on Insta Live. Is he on right now? Because I'll pull that man in. You better hope you're not watching. And he also is living in a hotel room for the night. I'm living in a hotel room for the night. Promptly deleted it because it's a hard thing to explain to somebody. You're not complaining, but that there are days where making it happen. Is your name Macon? And that's a play on your name? Because that's great. What is going on? I'm in Rio de Janeiro. Oh, Nightclub Johnny from 2 Instagram lives ago. I don't play till, what day is it now? I don't know what day is it. Is it Thursday? I don't play till Saturday. I could have those days all wrong. I don't play till the day after tomorrow. Let's play something else. Let's play. And first of all, just hold on. But the Paramore song, Forgiveness, is so good because it breathes pitch-wise. Like, it moves around. And that doesn't make someone a bad singer. That makes someone a great singer. I need you to understand that if somebody sings and they're not auto-tuned and the notes move a little bit, that's like a tree swaying in the wind. That's a beautiful thing. Imagine going out for a walk and none of the trees moved at all. That's the sonic equivalent of what auto-tune sounds like. That things have to sway. Things have to sway. And that song sways beautifully. Listen to Aretha Franklin, one of the best singers of all time. And the bends are purposely and perfectly just whoop. Haley's incredible. Haley's on the short list of people I'm just like, hello, goodbye, like frightening. Like, I'm very few people am I like let's just say hello and just leave and just matters what she thinks, and that's friggin' great because we all need people like that. Like, we all need people we can go hear sing and be like, oh, okay, hi, want to make a good impression, want to keep a good impression, but I mean that comes from pure respect, man. And I love that there are people that still scare me a little bit, and she's so good I get a little scared and I go like, okay, bye. Like, I'd rather just have 0 batting average on any conversation about anything because I can't take someone who I think is that good thinking anything negative about me. That's what happens in my brain when I find someone really, really great. I'm like, they can't not like me. So therefore, I can't give them any reason whatsoever. Eddie Vedder's the same way. Can't not like me. Therefore, I can have nothing to do with them. And that's great. We need scary heroes. Who can I... Hold on. I love that Brandon's watching. Every time I find out that Brandon Phelps is watching, I go like, oh, he's just keeping an eye on me. It's because I don't... Logic, are you gone? Oh, I can search. Hold on. Hold on. Did you leave? What would you leave for? You're literally doing nothing. Thank you, the body coach. London, I've always done really good shows in. I've always done good shows in London. Logic. I love Lady Gaga. Love Lady Gaga. Okay, Logic. Okay, hold on. How do I get... You just went on with someone else. How do I get... And I'm just going to call you... Do I call you... I'll find it. I'm going to ask you what I call you if I can just scroll through the 9,358 people. Just bear with me, everybody. Why can't I just... I'll tell you what. I mean, I love Instagram, but their search follower function leaves much to be desired because I can't find Logic in my Go Live with Jam. Hold on. How do you feel about Spotify's new thing where after you play a song that you've chosen, it just is like, want to hear more that we think is kind of like it? Here you go. Do you like it? Leave your comments below. I can't see them. I want to choose somebody. I'm literally Okay, hold on. I can't do it. I can't do it. And it's a shame because I would like to think that my Instagram Live is star making. I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh, you know what we should do? Is play some Brazilian music. Yeah, I guess so. What I call you, Bobby? Bob? Go shave the mustache. I understand that facial hair is one of the few things we can do as entertainment on the road. And I know why you're shaving the stash. You're shaving the stash just to have one thing be different in your day. Just one. Okay, Bobby, got it. Just one thing. You're not shaving for hygiene. You're not shaving for any other reason but to see something in your monotonous life change. You just need to experience the sensation of free will because you have none. You live on what is the equivalent of the International Space Station. Watching you speak to your wife was like watching the end of Deep Impact, where someone from outer space is speaking to someone from Earth, because that's very much what it's like. So you go and you watch your very small, narrow window of free will get exercised as you experience freedom in the form of removing lip hair, because that's all there is. Screenshot. You know, like, I'll look at myself like this and be like, oh, okay, I can take that as a screenshot. Those aren't the screenshots. You know what the screenshots are? This. Those are the screenshots. Yes. No, you don't think I know? Why do you think I'm on Instagram Live right now? I'm not at Copacabana eating Clams Casino. Great, now I just gave away my hotel alias, Clams Casino. Bye, Logic. I'm about to give you a huge compliment, so sign off. You can do this with all artists and they won't sign off. No, bye. Bye, Logic. Huge compliment coming, not your way, because you're signing off. I'm going to tell everyone else about how great your diction is. Diction. Who can we bring in the room? Let's bring someone in. Rudy Mancuso needs to update his Instagram. All right. I don't know what time it is in the world. I don't know what day of the week it is. All right, what do you want to talk about? Rudy, are you still in Brazil? I saw you were in Rio days before I arrived. I do bite my nails. It's a great question. I do bite my nails. We're listening to Gilberto Gil. Gilberto Gil. Guys, can we talk about something? This is true. I was looking at my Twitter mentions, and I saw a news story that said that Jared Kushner and Ivanka Trump had a playlist on Spotify, and the playlist had me on it. 2 songs of mine, and I felt really strange about it for a couple of reasons. There's conflicted emotions about the whole thing, but I thought it's kind of par for the course given the kind of music that I make. It's going to be a bittersweet thing, but then again, people are listening to my music. It was going to have this whole crisis of conscience, you know. My music is getting played, it's a part of people's lives, but obviously there are some political overtones that need to be acknowledged in this situation. So I was getting all ready to read up on it, prepare myself for what I was about to see. And it turned out that the story I was reading was incorrect. It was John Legend. John Legend has 2 songs. For a moment, I felt as if this great reward had been placed in my hands and then swiped out as if it were never mine in the first place, because it wasn't. These feelings of mine that I had belong to John Legend now. For 2 of his songs are featured on a 21-minute sex playlist. You know what I say to that? You got your legends mixed up. It's what I would have tweeted if I had the balls, but I don't. It's hard sometimes to delineate and deliberate what thought goes where. Is this a Twitter thought? Is this an Instagram thought? And if so, is it an Instagram story thought, or is it an Instagram post thought? Is it an Instagram live thought? Or moreover, is it a text a friend thought? Sometimes I put things in the wrong bin. Sometimes I tweet things that should have gone in the text a friend box. And I will delete them post haste. And I will admit my mistake as quickly as possible so as to keep a solid line of credit of dignity and uniformity across all platforms. So that's my story about the time I almost had a very complex situation. Thank you. Curitiba was a great concert and a great venue. Really, really cool venue. Thank you, Adam Baham. You're the man, too. Happy birthday, Struve. This is harmless. You know, this is not bad for me to do. This is harmless. It might not be the world's most practical or even useful thing to do, but it's ultimately harmless. We're having fun. I mean, this is a new technology has been laid before us. Not so much Instagram Live, but Instagram Live conversations. A lot of people unable to join. A lot of people need to update their Instagram Live. You know who I'd like to have as a guest on my Instagram Live? Shawn Mendes. I'd like to talk to Shawn Mendes on my Instagram Live. I think that would be fun. We can also just talk to someone randomly, but then, you know, that's super untested. I do like Bossa Nova. Anyone who ever had a Casio keyboard in the 80s enjoys Bossa Nova, for it was one of the 8 rhythms offered to us. Alongside Rock 1, Rock 2, Pop, March, Bossa Nova, and Waltz. Unless I said waltz already. What's wrong with any of this? Huh? What's wrong with any of this? No, you cannot post GIFs yet, okay? Just relax. Don't be greedy. We just got given great new technology. Relax. Calling Sean and putting him on speaker would be a real violation. I think it'd be a real violation. So let's do it. Hard question. Favorite song of mine? I played Stop This Train last night, and I was like, well, there's a lot to this song. This is I should always try to write songs like Stop This Train. There's a lot going on in that song. It's like a little movie. Moose is great. I did a lot of crying on my birthday. I'm a birthday crier. I'm an intense dude, and I cry on my birthday. And I thought I was done crying on my birthday. And I got into my room after the first show on the 18th, and the hotel had made these balloons for me with different photos from my Instagram account with little messages on the bottom of each balloon string. One of them was a picture of Moose, and it said, "I miss you, Dad." Gone. 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 Done. I'm a crier. Especially as I get older, I get crier. I get crier. I get more of a crier. It won't always be this way, people. I won't always be on Instagram Live like this. This is a inaugural run on something that could be really cool if we do it right. All technology gets exploited on its outset. That's the way it goes. You said me too. Oh, if who cries on their birthday? Who's a birthday crier? Let me know if you're a birthday crier, or if you're not technically a birthday crier, but you cried on your last birthday. Reach out. Hi, Montana. Cindy C, birthday crier. Hello, fellow birthday crier. You cry every day, Leah? Well, I hope it's every birthday. Yeah. Yep. Birthday criers are a real thing. Yep. There's something profound. There's some profoundness. John Cruz. Is this really John Cruz? Man, I think about you all the time. John Cruz, legend. Friggin' legend. Friggin' legend. I guess it's John Cruz because, and I love you, John Cruz, but I don't know who would sit around and go, you know who I'm going to pretend to be today? I'm going to pretend to be John Cruz from the Fender Custom Shop. So therefore, I'm going to give you 100% of my trust that it's you. John Cruz is one of the best guitar builders that ever lived, and built the black one, as you know it, which got its name just because I'd yelled to Renee, give me the black one, or can I get the black one? And he really brought, I will call you. Yes, man, I will call you. DM me and give me your number. John really brought as many elements of a vintage guitar as you physically can into modern guitar building. And really made a consistent output, and continues to make a really consistent output of a certain feel of modern Strat that has its own thing to it. I think I could play a guitar and tell you if John built it. Any one of them, I could be, John built this one. And there's a lot of great builders at Fender, at the custom shop. But John's made several for me, and the most famous of them being the black one. And you know what's so interesting about the black one, John, that's like, the black one's like number 127 or something. Like, it's remarkably early in your run, which is one of the things I'm most proud of, is it's a really early John Cruz model, which is cool, inside of some other cool things about the guitar. Are we having fun? Is this any fun? These sweatshirts are cut in a way that's kind of wrong, but, and by the way, I'm answering nobody's question. I just saw my own sweatshirt and I went, they're cut kind of wrong in the neck, but that's what kind of works for having a shirt underneath it. They're not wrong, but just, they ain't right. They ain't right. but I made it work. We have someone in the room who owns a custom shop Strat. That's exciting. Anybody have the Nintendo Switch? I gotta tell you, I'm high-minded. I try to be a high-minded guy. I bring books with me on tour. I bring the Kindle, bring an iPad. I tell myself I'm going to do all sorts of highfalutin things. Nothing is more exciting to me than the Nintendo Switch right now. There's a rhyme in there. I'm not going to do it because many people look at my Instagram. But I never one to run from a pun, but I'm never one to run from a pun. I wish Logic was here to see that. But I love my Nintendo Switch. Love my Nintendo Switch. And of all the games now, like, got the Tetris game, and I'm playing Tetris. I am back in Tetris. Tetris is one of the best games ever made, ever. Nothing feels like the original Game Boy Tetris. But I'll take any Tetris over most any game. And I was on the plane last night playing Tetris. I didn't even know we landed. I'm a very bullish Tetris player. Do we have any bullish Tetris players? And by that I mean you just keep delaying the long stick so that you can get as many Tetrises as possible. Do we have any Daredevil Tetris players in the room? If you're like me, you'll know what I'm talking about. That's right. You will risk losing the game completely if only to only get tetris. Tetri? I don't know. I'm a hell of a player. Hell of a player. Dr. Mario? Yep, I remember that. Daredevil Tetris player. Did anybody get into a game? I'm going to tell you a story nobody knows about the making of Heavier Things, my second album. Does anybody remember a Nintendo, what would it have been, Game Boy Advance? A game called WarioWare? Does anybody know WarioWare? WarioWare was a game that was all mini games. And you didn't know, that's right, always risk it all, only one way to win. Live your life like Tetris. So WarioWare comes out, and Jamie Mahobarek, great keyboard player who was on Heavier Things, introduces me to WarioWare one night at a restaurant, and it blew my mind. The mini games don't explain what the rules are. You are part of the game is figuring out what the objective of the game is. I made the entirety of Heavier Things, or at least the entirety of like the second half of making Heavier Things, playing WarioWare. I listened back to every possible moment that I wasn't recording playing WarioWare. And that's one hell of a game that I wish they would bring back. Tetris got me through Labor and Delivery with my son, Game Boy Color Purple. That's awesome. The Color Purple. You could write a book called Color Purple, and it's really just all about how you were giving birth. Playing Tetris. Real bait and switch there. Mario Brothers, I had a Nintendo in 1985. I had a Nintendo. Crash Bandicoot just after my time. Play Metroid. I mean, one of the great feminist moments in my life was when I found out that Samus Aran was actually a woman. I thought that was, to me, a real primer on living a modern, integrated life. So, that was huge for kids to find out that Metroid's protagonist, Samus Aran, was female. You didn't know this? But yeah, Samus is a woman, which is awesome. And if you look at the year 1987, that's progressive. Am I a feminist? Yes. To the extent that the word has a universal definition, yes. I'm right-handed, but also I do understand that these things are flipped a lot of the time. Yes, Wes Crandall, yes, you know that Samus is a woman. Oh, when my voice goes to sleep, it goes to sleep. Do I smoke big doinks? Gosh, I really hope that that's a marijuana thing, but either way, actually, I happen not to. Happen not to. At this point in my life, I am not smoking big doinks. One thing I learned in life, though, is never forecast the rest of your life based on the life you've lived so far. So I can't tell you for sure that big doinks aren't in my future for whatever that means. I'm open to doinks. You know, I'm doink friendly. Is what I'm trying to tell you. Don't go breaking my heart. There's a song for you too. I won't go breaking your heart. Don't go breaking your heart. What's your favorite meme? I have to think about it. I like the perennial tweet. Comes out every year. If I'm going to pay $40 for a haunted house, I better die. I think that's the best tweet ever written. I think it's the best. I don't drink, as I referenced a couple days ago, which was very interesting, man. It was interesting to put that out into the world and feel what happened to it. You know, there's a lot of thought around drinking. There's a lot of individualized thought around drinking. There's a lot of personal feeling about drinking, and I certainly didn't explain everything about how I feel about it, but it was interesting to see it trigger a lot of people's thoughts and emotions, and I would be lying if I said that I didn't feel some sense of comfort in seeing so many other people say that they had stopped drinking as well. I think I have probably a resistance to some of the vocabulary around it. I like the idea that I took a break, and I don't like, for me personally, like, I just have my own way through it in my mind, and if I even explained it, I think other people would say, well, that makes no sense. But it's just so personal for people. But I look at it like, again, I happen not to be drinking at this point in my life. 1 month sober. Here's the thing. Like, for me, and I'm lucky that I don't have the gene of alcoholism, which is really, like, that's the first thing you have to be grateful for if you're lucky enough not to have the gene. Like, what you need to understand is that so much of drinking is a socially applied thing. Like, drinking gets a lot of its life from everybody pushing from every direction at the same time, right? And if everybody stopped pushing from every direction at the same time, then people would be a lot more willing to go, like, I don't feel like drinking tonight. But it gets so much constant unidirectional support from everybody that the truth is, and by the way, well, let me finish this thought. The truth is that it's not 365 days. For me, again, remember, this is super personal for each person. But it's not like 365 days of the same effort. The effort I felt was in the first 2 weeks of not drinking at all the places I used to drink. That's hard. Like, no bullshit, that's hard. Like, it's really hard to stop drinking at the place when you go to the places that you normally drink in. Once you canvass those places, so every restaurant you've been to where you drank and you stop drinking, it gets much easier. Like, it gets much easier. So I noticed that when I told people how long it was I hadn't been drinking for, and I wasn't counting by the day, I just knew my life was better, and I didn't really count as a goal. I certainly started counting when I was like 3 weeks out from a year. But people would ask me how long I hadn't been drinking for, and I would tell them, and their reaction would be as if that was an endurance thing. And the truth about it is that once you get out of the centrifuge, then you're just out, and you don't feel the pull every day, you know. So I'm lucky. For whatever my mental wiring is, it agreed with stopping. Some people aren't that lucky, and it takes a lot more effort, and that doesn't make them weaker. It just means they have to move around their own mental wiring a little bit more to get to hold something still. But I was really lucky, where as soon as I got out of that loop where I stopped drinking at all the places I used to like drinking, you know, it like was a really easy equation. It's a really easy equation. But look, one of the point proving things here about it being really personal to people is people immediately offer up like how, well, they don't really drink that much. And it's like, it's so hard to talk about how you don't drink in front of people who drink, because it sounds like an indictment on people who drink. Like, you can drink a bottle of scotch in front of me and I don't want it anymore because you're drinking a bottle of scotch in front of me. It doesn't make you a bad friend. It doesn't make you a bad influence. Like, do I miss it sometimes? That's a great question. And I have the answer. Honestly, yes. But the amount of time I've missed it, and I'm giving you a real number. This is not a poetic answer. I think if you put all the time together in the year that I thought, I really, my Uber's here, I really want an old-fashioned because I want, and I wasn't like I want to get drunk, but it's like, I want that old-fashioned, and I want to pick the rye or the bourbon, and I want to have 2 or 3, and I want to get out into the world and do that kind of damage you want to do to the world cosmically when you get out in the world after 2 or 3 drinks. If you add all that time up that I felt like I was a little bit shackled, I swear to God it's 18 minutes. That's my best guess, is that it's 18 minutes out of 365 days. So, anyway, everyone's got to do their own thing. Everyone's got to do their own thing. Has it changed my songwriting? To be honest, I quit after I had written the last song for the record. So, we'll see. And everything changes your songwriting. Everything changes. Time changes your songwriting. Everything you do, everyone you learn, every song you hear changes your songwriting. Every person you meet and fall in love with, or every child you have, or every place. Oh, we're back. So anyway, healthy alternative that makes you feel the same take on the world feeling. Well, to be honest, that take on the world feeling is usually between the hours of 11 and 2 in the morning. So, or 11 p.m. and 2 in the morning. So what you end up doing is going home and doing other stuff. Like, you get stuff done. Like, you can answer email. I know. Look, also, and I'm going to get off this topic because it's a bit of a nebulous thing. If you're 24 and, like, you don't have a problem, fucking have fun. This is very endemic to being 40 and at the time being 39 and going, you know what, there's just not room. There's just not room. That's all. There's just not room. So anyway, next. And that's the thing with drugs too. It's like, I thought when I got older I would be anti-drug from some moralistic standpoint. But I'm anti-drug because I don't have the time. Like, I don't have the time to pay the piper. I just don't. That's why when you're younger, I feel like people do it more because, like, if you're 24, like, you just have more everything to spare, you know? And I had fun. I didn't start drinking until I was 26 or 7, like, in my life, really. So I had, like, a 10-year run of those moments, and a lot of those moments are unforgettable. So, you know, but at this point, like, if you were going to give me something that was going to make me have a fucking great night tonight, but have a week's worth of feeling the heebie-jeebies, I don't have time for a week's worth of heebie-jeebies, man. I just don't. So that's where you realize, like, it's just a practicality issue, you know, which is better in some ways than it being a philosophical issue, you know. Oh, I don't know. That's a really, so check your question out. Do I think drugs have become more commonplace than I would have expected when I was a teenager? There's no way to tell, because you have to ask yourself every time you get older, like every year you get older, is the world changing or am I changing? And I'm just seeing more of the world. So I don't know. It's a real chicken egg thing. I don't know. Ain't nobody got time for them heebie-jeebies. That's right. Well, you do have time for the heebie-jeebies if you can fart them away when you're 22. Is a hot dog a sandwich? Yes. Hey! Ariel, how you doing? Is a hot dog a sandwich? Yes, it's a sandwich. It's a grinder, really. It's a grinder. I raise this cup for the broken hearts. Cheers to people who don't know where to start. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Why did I sell my Land Rover? I didn't sell my Land Rover. Ariel, I was gonna reach out to you about something I just saw or thought like it was coming right at you like tonight. I forgot what the thing was, but it was it's about your show. Or it's about your show. I'm gonna voice message you after this about your show. Grindr is the official sandwich of Grindr only in the East Coast where people say Grindr. Am I going to rock the Visvim Wabanakis for fall? Possibly. You know, 40's a real thing, so I'm looking around going like, would a 40-year-old wear this? Would a 40-year-old do this? Would a 40... I'll get over it soon, but it bears a little compare and contrast. Did I ever get you later in Montana? I'm going to say this. I don't get letters in Montana. I don't get them. Email my management, mail stuff to my management, but I don't see letters in Montana. You said yes, they do, but what is that in relation to? I just forgot. Moose is great as always. Thank you. Well, 40 needs to go home and do a little treadmill stuff because it's harder to do it on tour, you know. I have a standard that I don't want to see slide. I mean, at the end of a tour, but this is not the end of the tour. Daniel is great. Oh, Vism like just I should rock it. Anyway. Hey, Bandana Almanac. I'm groovy. I'm gonna go get some dinner, and then I'm gonna play Nintendo Switch because it's fun to lay in bed and play Nintendo Switch. It's actually, I can't believe I'm saying this. A video game is 10 times healthier for you mentally than going on Instagram and Twitter. A video game compared to Instagram and Twitter is like a trip to the library compared to, I don't know, being on a video game. Don't run that analog. It doesn't make any sense. All right. I'm boring myself. I'm boring my own brain. Let's see if I can go online with anybody else. Update your Twitters. I mean your Instagrams. But also go on Twitter and just throw anything up. Any old thing up. I'm really tempted to go into connecting with people I don't know. I'm really tempted to, but I this Instagram life is so perfect so far. Okay, I keep saying I'm going. What's my favorite tattoo? The sleeve has a big story to it. I mean, I went out to Japan and stayed out there until I got it done. So, my first tattoo was SRV for Stevie Ray Vaughan on my arm. That's fine. Someone just wrote, that's fine. I don't know what in reference to, but I just love the positivity and the even-keeledness of it. Okay. Did you see that SNL sketch? It's called The Chosen One. Okay. Made me laugh till I choked. Okay. Killed me. Killed me. Favorite place to travel to? Japan. Favorite Shawn Mendes song? I really like Ruin. I like the feel of that. I like the very first one. Like when I heard Stitches, I played that for everybody. Like, I give myself one quick pat on the back with an index finger because I played that song for people. I was like, this is a great song. And that was before, you know, Shawn was the star that he is now, and rightfully so, damn it. But I remember playing it for people going like, this song's a good song. This is a good song. And now I feel like Shawn's in that zone where He's what we call ages 9 to 99. Because if there's one way you want to keep your Instagram live relevant, talk about a young pop star. Somebody is just, whether they're watching it live or they're playing it back, somebody who works for like some entertainment magazine has to watch all of this. Has to watch. Was that a fire alarm or a chair? It's time to play. Was that a fire alarm or a chair? We're going to spin the chair and see again if it makes the same noise. Not happening. It was something. Wait. Maybe it was the chair. Listen, I will start running on a fire alarm. Here's a question I thought of last night. Is forgiving forgetting? Is forgiving forgetting? Is forgiving forgetting? No, don't forget. Don't forget. You forgive, but you don't forget. You just... Mike, yeah, I like yes and no. Mike, we're going from Mike Rodriguez. Is forgiving forgetting? Mike is going to tell us why it's yes and no. Now, I don't know Mike Rodriguez, but this is an Instagram Live first. We're on with Mike Rodriguez. Mike, where are you from?
Hey.
How are you? It's the
I'm
chair.
good.
By the way, for those watching the previous game, fire alarm or chair, it's the chair. Just did it 2 or 3 more times. So forgiving is forgetting, yes and no. How is it forgetting? Because most people say that it isn't forgetting. How do you think that it is forgetting?
Guess it just depends on the situation.
Have you ever forgave somebody? Have you ever had a relationship where you forgave somebody, but you forgot all about it?
No, not really. You're always gonna remember a little bit, but I guess it just depends on how the person is.
Have you ever achieved 100% trust again after trust was broken?
I don't think so. It's really hard to do.
It's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough. I almost think that forgetting is instrumental to getting trust back. I don't know. I think
it is.
What's that?
Once you break someone's trust, I mean, to get it back, it's not that simple.
It's not that simple. I think that the answer is yes and no as well. I think, tell me if you can agree with this. You forget in the short term, from moment to moment, you forget. But you stay a smarter, more receptive person to that same thing, should it happen again, so that you can stave it off before it happens. So it is a form of amnesia in short term. Let's go out to dinner, because you can't go be in a relationship, go out. You've done something 2 years ago. Guys, I got left, and I will never forgive, nor will I forget this injustice that has been done to me. A grave injustice has been done to me right now. Thanks, Mike. Now, another thing that could have happened is Mike's parents could have walked in and said, who are you talking to? And he now has to say, it's musician John Mayer. And they will say to Mike, why are you lying to us? And they will say, I'm not lying to you. And his father will cut him off and say, son, you are living in an escapist fantasy. John Mayer is not on your phone. Is there something you'd like to talk about? Chair. This got fun, by the way. Like, it had a dip, And now we're into some other thing. Like if you stick with it, you'll find there's some glory out past them hills. Well, that was my first conversation with someone I didn't know. I think we all shared in the same feeling of it being exhilarating and strange. All right. Shout out to Sudan. Did I forget to say that this time? I usually always do. Shout out to Sudan. Happy birthday, Tarag 25. We turned off the TV to all watch. To watch the conversation with Mike? Yeah, it was strange. It was very interesting. It was very interesting. But I think the format, whoever masters the format first, is like, I'll want to tune in to see somebody master this format. You should have red velvet and then a piece of chocolate because it's your birthday. Hi, Susanna. Yeah, that was wild. That was wild. The chair is freaking my dog out. What's up? Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Kill your master. Who's a good boy? Kill your master. Nothing? I didn't say anything. I said nothing. Okay, I'm going to go get some food. This was exciting and strange, and I will talk to you very soon. You guys are super fun, and I have to go. As much as I want to press the button to see who I can connect live with, you must, and I must be reminded that I am not a monster. I am not a crazy person. These things have a beginning and an end. Oh, but some of you guys just tuned in, so this is like, I'm just getting hot now. I'm just getting hot. Gosh. Ricky Van Veen. If anybody knows how to do it, it's you. If anybody knows how to do it, it's you. We have to do it. We have to do it. It's my dear friend, Ricky Van Veen, everybody. How are you?
I'm well. I just got home from work. I was on my way home from work, and I turned on Instagram, and I saw John Mayer +1, and I said, "What is this?" And it's this new thing. I work at the company. I should know these things are happening.
Ricky works at Facebook. He works in accounts receivable for Facebook, and so you're partly responsible for this technology, but you didn't know about it.
Yeah, well, it's in the same family of apps, you know, Facebook and Instagram.
Did you see me chat with a stranger about whether forgiving means forgetting?
I saw the tail end of it. Letting Moxie
it was very Delilah of me. It was very Delilah radio show of me.
I think this is a good form for you. The kind of advice, self-help kind of thing. I think it works.
Thank you. I'm having a blast. I feel like this is one of those nights where you just got the AOL CD. and like you just got the dial up and welcome. You're like, oh my God, I've got to go to chat rooms. I mean, you have to use it once you get it, don't you?
Yeah.
Are you taking the dog out?
I will take the dog out. She's drinking out of the toilet now, as she does. Actually, no, she's drinking out of her bowl. This is good. Much better than the toilet. The key is you got to.
The only way to teach her a lesson is to piss in her bowl. Is there any new technology you want to debut here on my Instagram Live? Anything new at Facebook you'd like to break the news on right here and now?
No press announcements right now. But I may have something that I want to announce.
You know what? I'm a hungry journo. I'm a hungry journo.
Where are you right now? Wait, actually, let me don't say. Just spin around the room and see if I can guess.
Well, if I spin around the room, you're gonna hear this. Oh, you're gonna guess based on the room? I like doing that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you're in a hotel.
Yes, I am.
This
busy right now. I
don't
get enough
you can stop. Okay. It's not an American room.
It is not an American room.
Okay. You know, I could kind of tell by that weird mirror. That like.
Yeah. The wood. That's exotic.
Oh.
I'm in Brazil. I'm in Brazil. What's that? Yeah.
Okay, how are you liking it? I mean, there's only one answer.
Love it.
Good.
Well, I don't think I'm giving anything private away by saying that I like Brazil.
No, but I'm saying,
This
like,
is
you can't,
confidential information.
even if you didn't like Brazil, you can't say, I know you love Brazil, but I'm just saying, like, no one would say something bad about such a
That's
great
true.
country
If
with
I
so
didn't
many.
like Brazil, now would not be the time to
Yeah.
say that. But
Yeah.
we don't have to worry about that contingency because I happen to like Brazil very, very much.
Yes. Also, I'll tell you, this is the first day chilly today in New York a little bit, and this is the first day I'm wearing this sweater thing. Just FYI. It's a new
It's great.
season.
Guys, sound off on Ricky's sweater.
Here we go. Yeah, it's a little zip, got a little zip to it.
Yeah.
Zip. Yeah. All right. Well, I
Well, listen.
appreciate the live with, as they call it.
Alive with.
Live with. I think that's the term. Yeah.
Got it. One word.
I don't know. I don't know.
Got it.
Um,
Well, listen, why don't we both sign off at the same time? Maybe this is
Okay.
sort of like ringing the stock exchange bell. You and I together will ceremonially sign off, and we'll see you again next time. We'll see everyone again next time. Let's both wave. And
may I
thanks,
suggest
Instagram.
your
And
next-
thanks, Ricky, for this great feature.
wait. Have you done these face filters yet? On this?
Yes.
Oh, you already have. Okay. Maybe we should put on masks and sign off.
Hold on. Well, there you go, right there.
Let's see. Okay, and let's see. Can I do this? Oh, there we go. Okay.
Great.
We'll sign off like this.
Bye. Bye, everybody. Thanks for
Bye.
watching my Instagram Live. Take good care.
See you, John.
Bye.